Now we fight!
Alright, this is Master in 347. Next time playthrough with the H trilogy. Just for last time we got a bit more evidence in the investigation phase. Today is pretty much the sort of final trial. With basically clearing Maya's name. Let's go on it, shall we? And this also trial is also supposed to give me like a two-parter. Maybe. See what happens. I mean, the trials are going to be in two parts, because they're going to be saved in between, but I mean, I'm not sure what else to do in one video. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is 18? Just like me? Yeah. Why? I was thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. On top of that, I'm the suspect of a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Early. You'll be safe today, Mr. Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah? Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favour? Could you channel Mia today, too? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, that's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again! Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mr. Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to do it alone. Phew, thank goodness. Nick, this way. Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah. Oh, is our session for the trial of Maya Faye. The fence is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix writes, I forward tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm a prodigy of who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you in such good spirits today, Miss Faye. It's true that what they say, anybody else go when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session, that the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said it wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Faye, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Faye, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Faye, and I'm a spirit medium in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, You kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the world. That is... yes, that is... You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya? She escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey was in the possessed state, managed to escape from the channel. Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Yes, Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Maya's escape. Okay, what's going on here? After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chambers. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mr. Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why are you hearing this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Oh, never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Alright. So, we're going to actually need to press most of the things she's saying, but I'm going to press them all anyway, because we're going through the line, so it's just much quicker.
Hold it!
Just now you said those two. Who were the two people you're referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. That is not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that I'm sorry, I simply could not understand her atrocious English. Not to mention, she looks awful. I can already see people in Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. White. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Fey?
Hold it!
Was it really necessary to have two people to do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one should stay behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. You need to concern yourself. On to the end of this sentence. So, question further on that one. Yeah. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply do not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camel woman may be in danger, in what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fey. This is bad. Now people have got a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. White? Miss Fey, please continue. Okay, press this statement too.
Hold it!
During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
The witness was lying to cover the defendant. She was covering from Maya? Question further on that. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. that the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Oof! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later. Yes, or really? Ugh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Okay, we can actually question this one too.
Hold it!
Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit it, such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's a way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Objection!
Have you forgotten already, Miss Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically my affair. Ugh. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right after? Well, yes, I would have. However...
Hold it!
You don't actually need to press this one, I'm curious. You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes perhaps? And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy, witness? Level and the point for us. And this one we actually do need to press.
Hold it!
Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? This one actually want to, yeah, question further. Doesn't matter which option you pick, but it's a question further, this one. So while you're unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now you mention it, I should have run myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to the next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes, hey, be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was that? The prosecution calls Miss Eeny Minnie, who was sleeping at the side room at the time. Eeny Minnie? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is like Eeny Minnie. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff for the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see, it's like I guess most people call it occult stuff. If that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fair. Is this correct? Well, I guess, if that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. Alright, after the matter. Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into my room like really totally. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something, like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant's Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor? Mayor Fay was still in the middle of the channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit of the... You're saying that the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, we mean Minnie. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... Witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why didn't you tell the court what the terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Minnie, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. There was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. Are you satisfied, Joanna? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now was all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia? What do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lie can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find out one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than last. Okay, so actually you need to press on the fourth statement, but we'll press on the others. Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I think there were sesame seeds like in the lunch they served that day. I had this like premonition that it was going to totally be like seed day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap? Did something happen while you were sleeping? Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 AM? Something like that, I think. 11 AM? Yeah, like Mr. W is totally ready for like food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when that someone came into your room. Oh, that, like, what you should have meant, like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay, like, it's really... That's it? Why did you stop mid-sentence? Did I? True, like, that was a talkback again. Never mind. Witness, about this person who went to the side room. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister-in-law, Mrs. Smith. First off, my name is not Mrs. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, her friend's West. Well, that was a colossal waste of time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when Miss Minnie? Okay, so this is one we actually really need to press. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult. But I know all about the Cohen channeling technique. The point here is that the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? No, I'm gonna question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No, like, there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange. But, ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection. Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister is really that important. Say it is very important. It's very important, but I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got a bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Mr. Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay. I'm like totally cool with that too. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume looked totally like normal. Oh, okay. Now, this is actually pretty obvious. It said it looked totally normal? Really? So you actually present two things here. You can present the photo to or Maya's costume. But as you pretty see, it's pretty damn obvious. This is her costume at the time. Does that look normal to you? No, it doesn't.
Objection!
That was a very well spun line, Miss Miney. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Miss Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, but I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying or were not lying, you would have noticed it right off the bat. Order, Miss Miney. What is the meaning of this? Miss Miney, I'm thinking. Don't do it to me. That. And what were you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness. The person who did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get into the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. Ugh, the judge still looks a little shaken up. How hope he's going to be. After the murder, part 2. Okay. Like, the side room is like, kinda dark, you know. So like, the costume is like purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I like persuaded my sister it wasn't like right to do something like that. And then like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason as why you didn't notice the blood. You think, like, thanks, Clemps. You know, he says, well, Mr. White. Yeah, alright, I guess not. Very well. We question the witness. Okay, so it's actually the third and fourth statements we need to press, but again, I press the others.
Hold it!
Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room.
Objection!
Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how is my sermon any more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause, witness. You may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here!
Hold it!
You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. That's, Are you going to tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? Like, totally didn't. all I was looking at was like her face. Continue.
Hold it!
And what was your sister Miss Mini like at that time? Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think like she knew, she like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi Spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. Okay, so that's so we also see the person of force statement as well.
Hold it!
Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe like taking her revenge at the Grey like made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And like Miss Morgan was the only one in the chanting chamber, you know. Can you ask one more thing, Miss Meany? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Like, what do you mean? Well, you know, when... Okay, yeah, this part's pretty important. So say, when you were going to this crime scene, yeah, because there is something really important, because there's one thing that actually changed on the way to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the chanting chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? And for this we need to press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. Like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself please this court. Think Mr. Wright that whether or not there was something odd in the way to the chanting chamber? Is all that important? Say it's very important. Yes it is. I asked because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Meany, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I didn't see anything on the way to the chanting chamber. Okay, yeah. Didn't see anything on the way to the chanting chamber? But seriously? Nothing? I don't know, there's maybe one thing you could have seen. Like this giant urn? I finally found a fault, or I guess in your case, that crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. There are cracks. Do you see them? So, what does that prove? Who cares about some worn out old urn? Yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone in the way to the chanting chamber. I didn't, totally say anything like that alone, did I? It's like you still don't understand. I suppose if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could have not seen this person. Ah, yes. Because someone was around there at the time. You need to go to the profiles and... Her. Remember, she was playing around at the time. Because she cracked the urn.
Take that!
It's like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes? And how's this child relevant? It just happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing at the Center Garden. Oh! And she just happened to break this urn. Oh! Oof! Wait, she broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. Yeah, and Pearl was the one who put it back together. And was sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Meany? Pearl was there in the winding way at that time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Meany. You are a masterful liar. Right. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Meany, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you were really at the time of the murder, of course.
Objection!
The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like, sleeping in the side room. Can we believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There is no way. Your lies end here. What do you mean? The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Basically, it's in her testimony. In her testimony just now. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Minnie, you made the following statement. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the chanting chamber, you know. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that like to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how do you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the chanting chamber. However, someone who was asleep in a side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did in fact go to the chanting chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But look at the Manor Guidebook. If one were to go between the sign and chanting chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Minnie, please answer the question. Don't ask the question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now it's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Minnie. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Miss Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? So basically, she was in the chanting chamber. Because how else would she know that she was there?
Take that!
Miss Minnie was here, of course. What? But that's the chanting chamber. Is that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Minnie was at the scene of the crime. Order! But that's... Wow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? It says you established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the chanting started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. White. Simple. Miss Minnie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? This isn't actually really obvious. She was hiding behind here.
Take that!
Here, of course. But behind the folding screen? Ah! Don't make me say it again. We went to testimony. There ain't no way anyone could have hang it out behind that phone screen. See? You stupid jack! Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball! Now, Miss Minnie. One so young shouldn't have to be saying, "Shut up, Gramps!" As if I know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. You should help it along. The witness is hiding behind the phone screen with the help of the clothing box. Remember, we saw the clothing box earlier, but it was really big and it could really fit a whole person. You know this because Lola Hart was running away and hiding in said box.
Take that!
Miss Minnie, how you were able to hide and say you see the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box! Did that tiny little box? No person can fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Laura disapproved you when she was hiding from me.
Objection!
But that clothing box is in the side room, right? which means it had nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so how should I know? That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove that the clothing box was at the scene of the crime? Say, yes you can actually. Yes, I can, with some evidence. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. So we can actually present the clothing box or the folding screen, but they both have one thing in common. They both have a little hole inside. I think you might be, I think by now you've probably guessed where those holes came from.
Take that!
Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. This is any sort of evidence, that old thing. This, what on earth? Oof, I don't have time for you to sit there. Surprise! He'll say it already. There's a hole! About 8 inches off the ground! A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Who ever heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. Hope has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Oof. Miss Meany, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray.
Objection!
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meany? That's exactly what I'm saying! Miss Eenie Meany, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretend to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all alone. Yep, you're right. No, it is possible. I'm sure it's possible if you were to try. Oh, I don't want to hear if. If you're going to give if, then give me some proof along with it. Where did Eenie get the costume then? How about the wig? Wasn't talking about that exact point. I mean, people, humans. If you want to do something bad enough, then that's enough. Beyond the simple proposition that it's possible for one person to commit this crime, it's due to the lawyer to back up his claims. Yeah, it's your duty. If you can't do that, your proposal falls flat. Yeah, totally falls flat. Why do you have to hurt me so? It's alright, Phoenix. Huh? It isn't possible for one person to commit this crime, but that's right. It really is impossible for one person to do all this preparation, that is. Ow! You know, mind you, the foolish reason is no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Meany, you had an accomplice. Yep, and it's pretty obvious who it is. Morgan Fay.
Take that!
This person. If it wasn't someone from Current Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fay household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fay? Isn't that a wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say then, Miss Meany? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself in the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in the medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the chanting started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside a clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not dead yet. With Lazarus' strength, he fired a shot at his attacker, and that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady fought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shot, we forced our way into the chanting chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Huh. Who is that? Having a time like this? Ah! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? What is this time? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something that petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is? If this is the real murder, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's... yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eeny Meeny want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Yeah, motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive down. What is the reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you want Dr. Gray dead is this. Oh, honestly, this is actually pretty easy. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Newspaper clipping 2. As you can see, she interviewed at the crash. She wanted to avenge her sister, so this is it.
Take that!
Huh? Just as I thought, you were a silly glance, right? Just great, now she even called me a fool anyway. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes! Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proved Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? See now, stupid grabs. I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted revenge, then, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that fought the spirit thing was, Dr. Gray. It was, a total coincidence he asked me about, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ah! Pathetic, Mr. Felix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Meany has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Just took so many faults, Miss Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had her for sure. See, like, it just says I told you. I hope you like your slice of humble pie. Very well. Now I conclude the consideration of Miss Eeny Meeny. Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. Alright. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It's also a reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Meany has a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Say, yes you can. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Meany had a motive. Too bad you're too late. My hallucination has already ended after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You thought to be on my side? A Von Karma only cares about the perfect one. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out on my own. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec here. Yep, and to be continued. Actually, this one I am going to cut short because the next part will be the final part of the whole trial, and it'd be pretty big to do. Not to mention there'll be lots of cutscenes afterwards, and I think this one drags out quite a while as it is. So next time will be the second and final part of this trial, and finding out the true motive as to why she killed Dr. Gray. With that, it's Master 47, a game of toys object platformer. Stay classy.